Have you ever tried to unwind after a long day by playing a video game and found that it felt more like a chore than a fun hobby? Are video games not as fun and magical as they were when we were kids? Or are we just blinded by nostalgia? And who is really to blame for these problems? Is it the state of the gaming industry? Or is it ourselves? FOMO, or fear of missing out, is defined in the dictionary as some silly nonsense that makes you do fun things for an unfun amount of time. In my video I made about Fortnite last year, I said this: Fortnite's cultural impact in the gaming world is astronomical, but I think time will tell whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Bad! It's a bad thing. I don't like it. This is lame. The Fortnite model has become incredibly common within modern gaming. The Fortnite model is a free-to-play game with paid cosmetics, and also a time sink. It's always been true that every game company wants to fight for your money, but now it's also true that they want to fight for your time. Not just some of your time, but all of your time. Most games following the Fortnite model also want them to be the one and only game that you are playing. And there's no greater evidence of this than the modern Battle Pass. To quickly cover Battle Passes, a Battle Pass is basically a very low-cost, purchasable timeline of rewards for the game that you're playing. It usually has several tiers of cosmetics that get progressively better and better the more the Battle Pass that you progress through. They're around $10, and there's usually a new one every season of the game, which can be roughly 3 to 6 months. Now, the Battle Pass is a pretty good cost-effective option for someone who wants cosmetics in a game that they play all of the time. Like, if you're playing nothing but Valorant every single day, then of course you should probably buy the Battle Pass if you want some cool little skins. That's $10. They're not the best skins in the game, but you know, it's cheap. But if you weren't already playing that game that much, buying the Battle Pass might be a good way for it to get you to. Because the thing about the modern Battle Pass is they make it incredibly difficult to progress through it quickly. Battle Passes aren't just $10. They're $10 plus a full week of your life if you played non-stop. You have to grind these things like a full-time job if you want to get to the last final tier, the best possible rewards you can get out of it. And if the end of the season comes around and you haven't finished your Battle Pass, too bad, it goes away forever. So you gotta get it, even if you don't really like it, you gotta get it because it's never gonna come back. Limited time events, FOMO. You see what I'm saying here? You see what I'm getting at? I'm sorry guys, I would love to come to the party. It's just, you see, I'm on the last tier of the Valorant Battle Pass and I gotta get this silly little knife, okay? If I don't play a bunch of games today, I'm not gonna get it, okay? The season ends tomorrow. I'm sorry, I know I can't go to your wedding. I have to get this knife. And this is combined with events within the game where you can get cool cosmetics for playing a limited time game mode, or maybe even just you can only buy this gun skin for a week. You better buy it now before it's gone forever. It might not ever be back. You should give us your money immediately. The fight for your time becomes much more of a harsh reality when it comes to competitive games with a ranking system, as most of these free-to-play games are. When a game is free, the competition is going to be fierce. You cannot accidentally stumble into a high rank. If you want to get to a high rank in one of these games, you have to grind for it. It will take hours and hours of your life to reach a skill level in one of these games, where it's even possible to touch a level beyond the medal ranks. And even once you hit that point, you have now just entered the competitive lottery. What I mean is, unless you're literally one of the top 100 players in the entire world, it doesn't matter how good you get at the game, there are still going to be tons of people at the same level as you, which means that every game is still going to feel like a 50-50 win-or-lose chance. Every game is a gamble, and you cannot rank up quickly in these games. Every match is going to put you closer or further to the next rank. One 45-minute game that leads to a win could only get you about 15% closer to hitting that next rank. And you could follow it up by losing a very quick match that puts you 30% closer to D ranking. Competitive games are rarely known for their great communities. You'll probably have to face smurfs, people who throw, people who go AFK, and people who are toxic as hell. And every game is going to feel like that 50-50. Maybe you'll get that nice serotonin boost of a win. Maybe you'll get that much closer to your goal. And maybe you'll feel good and want to try to go on a roll, try to go on a winning winning streak. But maybe you lose everything. Maybe you lose another half hour of your life to toxic teammates, and you're forced to queue again to try to gain that RR back. You know how it's come out that like a ton of social media companies have entire departments dedicated to figuring out how to make their apps addictive, how to keep you scrolling on their platform for the longest period of time. I honestly wouldn't be too surprised if something similar were revealed about modern competitive games. Ideas like losers queue are a myth now, but I mean, you never know. I'm just saying, you never know. I could just be coping. I'm still in bronze in Valorant, so. What I'm getting at is, all these games are very goal-oriented. You could have the goal of wanting to get the next cool cosmetic. You could have the goal to wanting to hit the next rank. But should that really be the goal of playing a game? This isn't even touching on some of my issues with modern paid games. For one thing, they capitalize on FOMO like everyone else with pre-order bonuses. That's where you get a little extra something in your game for buying it before it comes out and you know for sure that you like it and want more. The new Mortal Kombat game is $70, and by the time this video comes out, that game should be out too, but pre-ordering this game, this limited time event, gets you an extra character. That's a lot of dollars. But don't forget about the first wave of DLC. Do you know how cool it would be to have Omni-Man, Homelander, and Peacemaker in a Mortal Kombat game? Well, if you want to buy the game plus that first wave of DLC, because there's gonna be more, it'll only cost you $110. That's normal. Don't think about it. That's normal. Just like it's now normal to release unfinished and completely broken games that you'll promise to fix with patches over time, and then you can just kind of decide if you actually want to or not. And we're starting to get fully paid games like GTA 5, where, you know, it's still a $60 game if you buy it at full price. They're now offering subscription services where you can get extra bonus stuff. You know, a subscription service that you might find in a free-to-play game as like a bonus for people who play it a lot and really like it. They're now available in the $60 game. Make sure to pay up every month. I'm still in some level of disbelief over what Xbox CEO Jeff has said in a recent interview.
I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true. This idea that if we just focused more on great games on our console, that somehow we're going to win the console race, I think doesn't really lay into the reality of most people. There is no world where Starfield's an 11 out of 10 and people start selling their PS5.
This man is in a bubble. This guy has been on so many interviews, gone to so many conventions, and has connections with so many people who are just nerds about technology, no shade, that he is convinced that the average person cares more about the specs of a console than the games that are on it. This could not be further from the truth. The newest gaming console in my home is a Nintendo Switch. Do you know why? It's because I like Smash. In Animal Crossing. It has nothing to do with the specs. Do you really think I wanted to play the last Mortal Kombat game on my Switch? You'd be very incorrect. I've thought about getting a newer console to play newer games on. I haven't because I'm broke, but I would like to. And it would make the most sense for me to pick Xbox. I have an Xbox 360, so I'm very familiar and comfortable with the console. And I know that PlayStation controllers have serious drifting problems, and that's not really something I want to deal with again. And like I said, I'm comfortable with an Xbox controller. In fact, I have one that I used to play GTA on my PC because I refused to learn how to fly a plane with a mouse and keyboard. Yet with all that being said, if I were to buy a new console today, it would be a PlayStation. Do you know why? It's because I like The Last of Us and God of War. I think Jeff's interview is a great example of what a lot of modern game companies are after. Not making good games for people to enjoy, but finding the best way to take all of your time from you. That should not be a game's purpose. A good game's goal will first and foremost be to be a good experience. One that makes you forget about your own world and gives you the gift of discovering a new one. The best games can make you feel like a kid again. Would you guys be mad at me if I put on some nostalgia glasses for a minute? This thing is stupid. This thing is motion controls and it's got a sensor that you gotta point at the screen to navigate the main menu of the system. Why is this part of my favorite console? Because it's fun, you stupid bastard. Hi, I'm Danny from the future, and I'm here to talk to you. about the past. The Nintendo Wii is where it was at, man. These games come from an era where games were completely finished when they were released, where 100% of the content they will ever have is available to you on day one. The only games with real-time, limited events were games like Animal Crossing, where they were built into the game, and if you missed it, you could just do it next year, or you could go into your system settings and change the date. You can technically do that now on the Switch version of Animal Crossing as well, just don't post about it on Twitter, or you will be publicly executed. I think the fact that these games were not designed to compete for your time made them have to be designed to compete for the title of most fun game. And holy, we got some fun games out of it. I've got a big box here full of old Wii games that I used to play. Wii Music is a stupid game where you can meow along to the song. My sibling and I used to play this garbage for hours. It was very fun. Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga is the best thing to come out of the entire Star Wars franchise. I will die on that hill, don't come at me. It has a complete story mode where you can play through all 6 of the Star Wars movies as the characters in them, and then after you beat each level you can go back to them and play them with any of the 160 unlockable characters in the whole game, including Lego Indiana Jones and your own custom-made characters. There's no shortage of things to do. The game is filled with collectibles and challenges, and the hub world is this place that becomes more lively and filled with more people as you progress through the game. It's also a place where if you attack one guy, absolutely everyone starts to kill each other. It's great. There's a PvP mode where you and your friend can goof around killing each other until one of you picks Emperor Palpatine and it's not fun anymore. Nerf Lego Palpatine. Absolutely broken, dude. What the heck, man? There's a bunch of bonus levels. It's an unnecessarily massive game that I could honestly say is worth the full $60 today, and you can probably get it for $20. Now, this is a big box of games, and I think I maybe might be getting a little bit sidetracked. So I'm gonna speed run the rest of these. Wii Games ranked tier list, let's go. Bottom tier, what is this? Whose idea was this? This is on your phone. I never played that. Okay, that was the bottom tier. This was my first roller coaster simulator and also my first first-person shooter. So shout out this game, absolute banger. Toy Story 3 is in the same category as Lego Star Wars, where it's based on a movie and it's just way too good for a little movie game. It's like, it's massive, there's so much to do. Play this game. Beautiful cover art right here. This was my first Lego game, banger. My first Sims games, but not what I wanted from them. Great cover art though. Who made these sounds? Whose idea was that? You're evil. I don't remember. What is that? Mid Lego game, but not terrible. Top tier sports game right here. Best sports game I've ever played for sure. This entire franchise is evil and a scam. However, if you just buy one, it's a good game. If you just buy one, don't buy them everywhere. Just stop doing that. It's the same game. You're getting scammed. Super Mario nostalgia. Beautiful cover art here. Smash Bros is one of the best franchises ever made in this 3-hour video essay. Animal Crossing is also one of the best franchises ever made in this 10-hour documentary. Mario Kart. Real men played this game with the motion control wheel. I could smoke you with this thing. I still could. Today. Try me. Party games from an era of pre-Jackbox, which no shade to Jackbox, I enjoy those, but like these are something special about these. Like Wii Party is a game filled with 100 different fun-infused game modes, and I enjoyed it so much that I played it by myself. Which might sound sad, but I promise it's not, it's just a good game, guys. Wii Sports is everyone's favorite Wii game because it's like the catalyst, it's the reason you bought the Wii. There's a lot of nostalgia behind beating the crap out of Matt, but listen. Wii Sports Resort is the most perfect and fun party game ever created. I'm realizing that I called another game the best sports game I've ever played while neglecting the one with sports in the title, so that other one doesn't matter anymore. I killed it. There's 12 different sports with 24 different game modes, and they all utilize the really fun motion controls in the best way. Whether you want to play something by yourself, or with your really competitive friend, or with your super chill family members that barely touch video games, there is something in this game for everyone. It caters to everyone. My personal favorite was Island Flyover, where you hopped in a little plane and you could fly around the island collecting checkpoints. It wasn't a super goal-oriented game, it was kind of just you fly around, you get points for visiting different locations. And the thing is, this whole game, every different sport takes place on a different spot on the island, and this one game mode brought it all together, all to life, because you flew around and just saw a bunch of me's playing sports all over the island wherever you went. And the more you played this game mode, the more little cool things you unlocked. Like I remember remember, if you get to a certain point, you'll start to see like your own plane flying around in the background of other game modes. I think some of my fondest memories on this whole system is just playing that one game mode for an hour straight. There's a great video about this game over on the Burback channel that I may or may not have accidentally stolen a talking point from, but also I grew up playing this game and these posers only tried it for the first time as adults, so really I'm the better YouTuber here. Also great music, fun visuals, it's perfect, okay? Now Nintendo couldn't let a massive hit like Wii Sports live in the past, so that's why we have Switch Sports now. The modern day version of this game can be a joy, if you have the right things. If by some sheer stroke of luck you happen to have a Joy-Con that doesn't drift and a subscription to the overpriced Nintendo Online service that doesn't work, then congratulations! You can now slowly grind through the ranks for the honorable achievement of A rank in badminton on the Switch Sports. Good job. Do you want the cosmetics? Do you see the people in your Nintendo Switch Sport lobbies and think, hey, I want that skin? With only hours of your time every single week, you too can unlock every single cosmetic that Nintendo Switch Sports has to offer. I'll be honest, I might have done this if I was a kid without a job, but I'm a grown-ass man without a job. My time is valuable. Now, to be clear, there's nothing wrong with spending your free time playing games as long as you're enjoying it. During the Plague years, I played GTA Online like it was my job, and I wish that it was, because I would be rich now. At the time, I really enjoyed the process of working towards so many goals in the game, unlocking all the different businesses and new ways to make more money in the game, to unlock more things in the game. I just found it enjoyable. But the process of making money in GTA has become tedious and unfun to me, so I don't really play it that much now. I still hop on from time to time to goof around, especially if friends want to play, but I don't think I'll ever play that game as much as I did the way that I did, just because it's become boring to me. But as someone who sees a lot of people who do still play this game in their communities online and stuff, I see that a lot of people get to that point where it's not fun and then just keep forcing themselves to play anyway. They keep seeing more and more things to unlock and they aren't happy with everything that they've already unlocked, so they keep doing this boring, tedious, repetitive process just so they can unlock the next thing and then immediately put it behind them to get to the next one. Games being goal-oriented is not the thing that makes them unfun. The process of working towards and ultimately achieving a really big goal can be a very enjoyable and rewarding experience. But just like goals in real life, if you're relying on nothing but that achievement to bring you happiness and you're forcing yourself through the process instead of enjoying the journey, then of course you're gonna be miserable, you goof. That's boring. It's up to you to figure out the kind of play style that you enjoy and then find games that give you the freedom to play the way you want. I genuinely think I could get much better at any one of the competitive games I play if I just devoted all of my free time to one of them instead of constantly spreading them out, but I personally just don't find that appealing at all. But I don't want to discount an entire playstyle just because it's not mine, so let's talk to someone way more competitive than me to see what that experience is really like.
My name is Hydro. I'm also known as HQ2 Hydro on social media. I am a multi-act Radiant player, peak top 100 at like 700 plus RR. And in the comp scene, I'd say I'm tier 3. I've got like 60 plus VLR games. I'm borderline tier 2, but I wouldn't say I'm franchised or challengers, but I've definitely played against a lot of those teams and even beat some.
Even the recons aren't gonna be able to reveal the other one. Hydro 1v2.
How long have you been playing Valorant? When did you start?
I actually played in beta, but I wasn't very good. I was actually, I think I placed Plat back then, like Plat 1, Plat 2.
For sure, that's so bad, dude.
2.5, 3 years I've been playing for as long as the game's been out. And I didn't hit Immortal until about halfway through my career.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of fucking hours. Do you enjoy that climb?
I didn't really enjoy trying to get my rank up. And I think a lot of higher ranking people and even some low ranking people now would say the same thing about Valorant's competitive play. It's too random. It's not really fun. This is minus the toxicity with the RNG between running and gunning, people not really playing the game as intended and still getting away with it. And that's what makes the climb really, really hard to enjoy, because you can put so much work and thought into the game and still not make it anywhere.
What do you do now when you play Valorant if you want to just hop on and have fun?
I don't play Valorant.
Oh god.
If I'm looking to have fun, I definitely don't play Valorant. I mean, I'm Radiant, so a lot of the times I play, it's even when I'm not really trying, I do better than a lot of lower ranked people, just because it's just what I'm used to. It's muscle memory. Playing with my lower ranked friends and watching them do some funny things. That always makes me have fun, but I know a lot of people A lot of my good friends even, they don't want to queue with me in unrated because when we get into a game with an immortal, they just get one tapped every angle, and it's just not fun for them.
So what other games do you play then for fun?
I love playing Rocket League. I'm good at Rocket League, but Rocket League's like, even when you're getting absolutely destroyed, you can still laugh about it. I love that about Rocket League. Lethal Company isn't obvious. I love watching people die. Don't take that out of context. I play this game a lot that a lot of people don't even know about it. It's called Mountain Blade. It's like a medieval game. It's like you create your own story in a medieval world and rule your own kingdom. It's really sick.
Are there any other games you play competitively that you enjoy, or do you have to have casual play in order to enjoy it?
I'm a competitive person, so if there's a challenge, I like to take it. Like Rocket League, even Lethal Company, you know, getting to like the highest quota, right? Giving myself a challenge is really fun. The only downside I have about Valorant is you can give yourself a challenge of getting 30 kills a game, but you know, it's not fun to achieve it. Unlike Rocket League, you know, like hitting a really cool shot, for people who know Rocket League, hitting a flip reset double tap off the back wall, it's fun to try to achieve that no matter how many games it takes, just because the game it goes so quick. There's really not much chance to be toxic, kinda. It's hard to put into words, but being competitive in every game but Valorant is super fun. Having fun and being competitive is 100% achievable. When I'm playing on teams and I'm getting streamed in front of a ton of people, that is the most fun I think I've ever had, not only in Valorant or in like video games, but like in my life. 400,000 people watching me play a freaking video game is sick. It's so cool. It's the coolest experience ever. But you have to understand, just like a lot of other sports, to get to those points, it takes a lot of mental, I guess, hardness. You have to be really prepared to like feel depressed. You have to be prepared to be very self-conscious about everything you do to be able to get to those moments. And I think that's something that I struggled with, is having fun in Valorant and competing, is to get to those points that I hope to achieve. It takes a lot of grinding, especially over, well, now 3 years, just to make it to those points. But once you get there, it's a beautiful thing. It honestly is one of the coolest experiences you'll ever have.
He finds the fourth. Hydro is on fire. This man is putting his team in the backpack to try to win this tournament.
This video has been largely negative, but I want to make it clear that I don't think modern gaming is ruined or anything. I think that a statement like all games suck now, they made them better back in the old days, is as silly of a thing to say as it is to be like, oh, movies are ruined now, everything is just a remake or a sequel. Sure, there's plenty of mainstream garbage, but that doesn't mean that there's a lack of good stuff happening. Sometimes the good stuff is indie and you have to go find it, you have to go find those hidden gems. And sometimes the good stuff is so groundbreaking that it wins all of the Oscars. And the very same can be said for video games. Plus, a lot of these free-to-play games, even if they have money-hungry companies behind them, are made by really passionate devs who want people to enjoy the game that they're playing. And at the end of the day, your experience with a game is unique. If you love a game to death, that makes it a good game. It makes it a good game to you. It's just that if you have enough free time to make gaming a hobby, it's important to not lose sight of the reason why you're playing games. Because if playing games is work, then what the hell is the point of playing games? This could entirely be a personal problem, but maybe my realization about how valuable my time is led me to believe that if I wasn't progressing towards something in a video game, I was wasting my time. This made me gravitate towards games with battle passes and ranked systems, so I would always feel like I was working towards something when I played. Ironically, I think the only thing I achieved was getting addicted to something that was just wasting my time anyways. But now, I'm a changed man. I don't play to finish the battle pass. I don't play to go on a win streak, and I certainly don't play to rank up. Now, I play games the way they were meant to be played. For fun. Because the way I was living before, I can never go back.
Yes! Open up the sky!
Bro,
Oh, I'm never gonna get out of bronze, I swear.
I'm so hungry. I'm playing bad because I'm hungry. I have to eat. My life is so hard. Curse this fragile body of mine.
Oh my god, are you
Why is nobody on the side game?
I hope your girlfriend has infertility.
I got shot.
You saw 12 and 3, but I'm going 14 and 5. So who's really? No, this is your fault. Eat me. Maybe I should get some sleep. What do you think, sleep deprivation demon? Yeah, alright.
Another long, hard day of trying to get out of bronze. Will I ever be able to succeed with this mortal coil getting in my way? If I didn't have to deal with my needs, I could climb. I could climb forever. If only I could rid myself of the desire to care. Of course. This is my solution.
Cause the drugs don't work anymore. No, the drugs don't work anymore. No, the drugs don't work. I couldn't find the thrill again.